Hey Virgo, it's Empress Rose here and welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch a wavelength or storyline here, you can check your other major placements. Also, please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and the like button. It helps other people find the channel. And we are doing a traditional tarot spread here. There will be an extended over on Vimeo. Hopefully I will remember to put the link in the description box down below. So if you'd like to do that, you're welcome to. Otherwise, without further ado, let us get going here. Sorry, that deck felt wrong. Okay, overall for the reading, we've already got something that's, what an interesting cut here. Okay, Nine of Swords. We've got two overalls for the reading. Nine of Swords and Queen of Cups. So we have, this is anxiety, feeling safe, but also feeling worried about something. It's kind of just in your head. The fact is, typically with this card, you are safe, you are okay, you are fine, but we're dealing with some anxiety issues and worried about something in your environment, worried about something. It's your own thoughts that are causing your biggest problem right now. This is not unusual. Welcome to being a human being with a brain. So then we have Queen of Cups. So this is a depth of emotion, and it's fairly private. Both of the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Cups is fairly private. Queen of Cups is dealing with a lot of internal emotions and feelings. Some of them may be a little bit ouchy, a little bit pinchy. Here we've got our pinchy feelings that we don't really enjoy feeling, but there they are. And we still have to welcome them in and ask them why they're here and what they'd like to discuss with us. Even if we don't like them, they're kind of just our feelings, and they're here to bring us information. So we have maybe a depth of emotion, a depth of love. There's a lot of anxiety surrounding this, Virgo. There might be I want to say an echo chamber, or like a sense of, I want to say muffled hearing, or something's very muffled here. It's, it's about, there could be some communication, but it's kind of muted, or there's something. You might be feeling very protective of your feelings. The Queen of Cups could, feelings I generally think of as very neutral, like they just are what they are. Queen of Cups could be love, but there's also some pinchy feelings, some anxiety here. So that's what we're dealing with, or that's the overall for the reading. Past, present, inner landscape, what's the issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Oh my gosh. There's the whole bottom row is major arcana. So kind of a big storyline, bigger storyline, right? These storylines come in all different sizes. They might be, sizes 1 through 10 here. For some of you, this might be a really big story. So for some of you, this might just be, a few variations on your week or on the weeks ahead. So we have in the recent past, Four of Cups. Four of Cups is always about an offer, and either a refusal of the offer or a delay acceptance. So someone really wants to think about this. And I love, we have our little armadillo. Someone's trying to protect themselves, trying to be very protective of something. The story about the Four of Cups is usually that we've already had 3 cups. A pattern has been established. We're not sure whether this 4th cup is just another line in this pattern that we're sick of and we're tired of, or if the 4th cup is the genuine thing. We have an armadillo trying to protect themselves and trying to be very self-protective as they observe this 4th offer, or this other offer. Is this more of the same, or is this the one that's different? Are you just Charlie Brown being enticed again and again by Lucy to kick the football, and she always takes it away and you never get to do it? Or has Lucy had a change of heart and this one's the real one? Or, someone else is holding the football now. Can you trust it? Is it still going to be the same thing that you experienced with Lucy, or is this one different? So there's a sense of wanting to be careful, wanting to protect yourself, but also an offer, and either the offer has been refused or it's been delayed. there's still a consideration here. Current situation, this could be you, or this could be someone that you're dealing with right now. Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands, always with the sunflowers and the Queen of Wands, but there's a sense of connection to the divine with these sunflowers, and a sense of following the divine, and a sense of being in alignment with divine energy. Queen of Wands can be a little bit witchy, a little bit highly intuitive, highly creative individual. Again, it's a queen, so we're very internally focused. He or she, whoever this queen represents, and of course gender, these queens, kings, knights, and pages are all stand-ins for a type of person in our life, or someone who's playing this role in our life for us. So this Queen of Wands can be, they're very intuitive, maybe a little bit impulsive sometimes, but this queen is very, very intuitive, very in touch with their own magic, with their own inner vibe, with their own intuition. I just see someone that that has a really strong connection with their divine self, and they're able to connect with that, connect with a deeper sense of self, connect with the divine energies in the universe easily. Well, not easily. It takes a long time to maintain and develop those skills to have a good direct connection. Accessible to everyone, but it does take time and work, right? Meditation, exploration, all that. So this person could be very creative. I mean, just like any sort of creative pursuit or whatever, it actually takes a long time to develop like the real world skills, and then to be able to use those real world skills, be able to combine them and use them in service of creativity. It takes a long time for most people, unless you're a savant in some area. It takes a long time to develop the skills to even start to access and express your creativity in a way that can be understood. But the Queen of Wands isn't really trying to be understood. The Queen of Wands is just vibing with her vibe. She's just doing her work, her art. She's not trying to teach anybody or lead a class or anything like that. She's just vibing with her own bad self here. So there may be a sense of being able to see the future a little bit, or this person or you may be able to, maybe far seeing in the future somehow. Your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape is Knight of Swords. So this could be a person, or this could be you. Knight of Swords is all about communication and movement. Having something to say. You could be trying to be very rational about a situation, because the swords are ideas and communication. So you could be trying to be very rational about a situation. You could be thinking about someone who is very rational about a situation. The Knights always come with, obviously they're going to come with a note of boldness, right? They're not necessarily leaders, but they are brave and courageous with their communication. They might have some bold ideas to bring forward. Again, I'm seeing this like intuition coming through here. Here it's sort of dimmed and darker, but it's in the background. So you may be intuiting something. This card actually reminds me like how I feel when I know I'm being lied to, but I don't know what the purpose of the lie is, or exactly what it's obfuscating. It's just like, it just makes me anxious. Like I'm intuiting something, and maybe it's a lie that's just no big deal, and it's like the person's insecure about something I don't care about, but they're lying to cover up their insecurity, and it's all their issue. I'm not going to care what the truth would actually just relieve me, but I don't really care. Like I'm not going to have the reaction that they're afraid I'm going to have. So I don't know how to interpret the lie though. I'm just anxious. And here we have like anxious, but you're fine. It's fine, but you could be anxious about something. So that's how, so I see that there, but then this Queen of Wands actually has quite a good grasp on something intuitive, even though it's not clear. And that's the nature of intuition, is it's not like a written document or a contract or anything where you can read the fine print, and it's not a bus schedule that's predictable and labeled and all of that. It's just intuition. So it's a sliver. It's always just about a sliver. So this Knight of Swords is having the same, is intuiting something as well. These could be two different people. both having an intuition about the same thing. And you're either thinking about communicating and talking about it, and you could be wanting to be very rational about something, very logical about something, but there's also this bravery and almost a little bit of sense of danger, an exciting little sense of danger here coming in with this Knight of Swords. So you may be wanting to be very brave and courageous with your communication, but we do have anxiety about that, right? Here's this Nine of Swords, and I feel like when this Knight of Swords comes in here, it's like this whole nightmare situation, or this whole anxiety-ridden situation about these feelings that haven't been expressed. This can all get resolved, right? Because then we get the Ten of Swords, and that's all about a resolution, and that's all about the ending of a painful situation. So I feel like this communication that you're contemplating, either hoping to do or afraid you might have to, or something like that, it actually can help resolve all of these anxieties. But right now it's just a terrifying little thought about having this honest, clear communication. It would take a lot of courage to do that. So it might be like not, that's why you're still thinking about it. What's at issue here is the Hanged Man in reverse. And I just think it's so much genius to have, well, the Hanged Man in reverse is always a little topsy-turvy because he's upside down and then it's confusing. But let's just appreciate the creativity of this possum here hanging upside down from this tree as the Hanged Man. And what do possums play dead? So something that's been playing dead and acting done and over is actually waking up and being alert. And then there's this like whole radiant mind, figuring something out, understanding something, seeing something, and the mind opening and seeing a way out of a situation. So the Hanged Man in reverse is like we have all this private energy over here and the underlying here. But the Hanged Man is movement. So something that may have been in stasis, may have been on a timeout, may have been playing dead, is starting to wake up, and it's not going to be playing dead anymore. And it's coming in with, there are realizations, there are understandings, there's a lot more clarity. Someone's getting unstuck and getting out of a situation. So Hanged Man, no longer playing dead. The situation is sort of coming back to life. The consequences have been paid. The realization has been had. The epiphany or the understanding of the situation, of what part you played in the situation, of all of that is starting to be realized and understood. And there's a lot of mental clarity about the situation as it starts moving forward. Yep. In your environment, you have the High Priestess. Oh, this is cool, because I was going to say what you haven't been able to see, you're starting to be able to see. And in your environment, we have the High Priestess. This is my card that is about the tarot deck, and I love that. Again, this is such a brilliant deck. It's the, where it is. Where did I put the, anyway, it's the Guardians of the Night by Cullinane. Anyway, we have this bat here. I just love it. So we have the High Priestess energy, what can be seen, what cannot be seen. And right, bats are blind, but they can still have a really good grasp of the environment. Again, we have this intuition here, loud and clear with this High Priestess, very clear. There's a magical element. There might be someone in your environment who is a little bit, I mean, already we have this Queen of Wands, which we're identifying as maybe a more spiritual person or a more, witchy person. And then we have the High Priestess here, which would definitely be similar to this Queen of Wands as being witchy. But the High Priestess is all about what can be revealed and what cannot be revealed, right? And we have this Hangman coming out, having understandings. But in your environment, there's still something that's quite hidden from you. And maybe someone did this on purpose. They hid something from you. Again, getting this vibe of someone hid something from you and you don't know why, and it's made you very anxious. Somebody hiding something, maybe hiding intentions, maybe hiding something from you on purpose. The High Priestess card also talks about the tarot as a whole to me, as far as like, we're going to be revealing some things here and some things cannot be revealed because they would change your behavior too drastically and they would change the dynamic too much for it to be known. So some things cannot be known. It's like watching a movie. Like, we can't just give you all the character like at the beginning of the movie, it just tells you the rundown of each character and all of their traits and how they react to every situation. And then, well, and then there's your movie. Like, it's not really a fun little adventure, is it? It's just, here are some facts. So that's what the tarot, there's something in your environment that maybe is meant to be an adventure and meant to get you to explore something on your own. And not just be spoon-fed information about something. So something in your environment, though, is hidden, is secretive, and there's a divine purpose to it. And you may be very anxious about all that you don't know. And this is saying, you're right, you don't know stuff, but you're going to have to. I mean, we can't just go trusting everybody. Not every lie is a little white lie. Some of them are quite dangerous and meant to harm us. So. But this is something is intentionally kept from you, and it might be the universe keeping something from you or someone else. And that's not to make you paranoid. I don't see anything here about someone trying to hurt you or harm you or anything. It's the anxiety seems to be coming from within. Yeah, but there's also this conversation that you think needs to happen, and that might reveal, but so tarot's not going to reveal anything. This conversation, though, you might need to ask somebody some questions. You might need to get some clarification from someone, and that might be part of the whole adventure of what you're doing here, is there are things that are hidden, and you are going to have to go digging and trying to understand and trying to get clarity, trying to understand. We have the swords, we have the intellect here, trying to understand something, trying to get clarity. You're going to have to communicate about that, and you're terrified of that. What's this communication look like, right? If I ask a question, if there's a lie here or something obfuscated and I ask a question, is that just an invitation for the person to tell a bigger lie to me, or are they going to actually reveal stuff? So it might not even be a lie. It might just be something withheld from you or something that you don't know. And it could be about this offer that we started off with. There's just something you don't know about the offer, and that's why you keep questioning it. Well, now why don't you just ask some freaking questions out in the open? Like, what's going to happen? I mean, unless they're like the mob and they're going to kill you for just asking, like. Then you have your to-do list is the Tower. So as a to-do list, this could be shaking up someone's life pretty strongly, upending what they knew, upending something, what they thought, what they expected. This can also be a paradigm shift, a complete paradigm shift for you going on here. The structures in your mind, the structures of your belief system being upended, and being, right, we have this tree crashing here. So your job is to chop down a tree, apparently, saw down this tree, take something out. I mean, its time is over, right? The Tower's time is over. This time is done with. This structure, be it a mental belief, be it a spiritual belief, be it a way of thinking about the world, or just a structure in your life, a long-held relationship, dynamic, not necessarily the relationship, but that dynamic needs to change, and your job is to change it. You are like this Knight of Swords that's coming in with a conversation that kind of changes everything. This saw here is like 100 swords. Like, there's a lot of information, and once this information is wielded, it changes an entire dynamic. But this tree is dead. Like, it's already given everything it's going. This mentality or this way of interacting with someone, it's outlived its usefulness, and it's time for it to be torn down, and so something new can grow, right? As long as we have that tree there. Well, I love a good snag, right? It's a foundational part of a forest. So we're going to ignore that, and we're just going to say this tree is providing a lot of shade, but the thing with the shade is that nothing else can grow here. So this tree's just got to go, and it's creating a danger. It's creating a dangerous, right? You can feel that right here. This tree is going to fall at any minute if there's a breeze or something. Whatever facade is here, whatever image of a tree is here that is a substitute for an actual growing tree, whatever that image is, it's just an image, but you know that when it comes down, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a big deal. So So there's this communication that you want to bring in, but you're worried about it because what's it going to do? It's going to destroy this facade of a tree. It once was a tree. It still has uses, but basically it's preventing new growth. So we got to like change the paradigm or change the relationship, how the dynamic of it. Possible outcome, where we might be going, the star card. And what I love here is this star right here coming in. But it's like it's unknown to you because your eyes are closed. You can't see it. You're sleeping upside down. And your eyes don't see. You can hear your immediate environment, but you can't see this future thing coming in, even though it's there and it's coming out. So the star card is a lucky moment, is your moment to shine, your moment in the spotlight, your moment to shine. It's the universe saying very clearly, you are actually in the right place at the right time. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and we're going to give you this gift of a symbol, a clear symbol that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And so there's a sense of a star. There could be some fame involved. You could be in the spotlight, literally, figuratively. You could just be receiving a blessing, and it's coming in here, but it almost feels like a surprise party where you know your friends are lying to you about something, and it's causing all this anxiety and a bunch of deep emotions to be stirred up. But when this surprise party comes, and it kind of, almost, because there's some things that don't quite fit with that, but then here comes the surprise, like the thing that you didn't know and you didn't see and was kept from you. But in the meantime, your response is to kind of, the sort of obfuscation of something causes you to change a dynamic in how you do something and how you relate to something. Habitually, it's like a habit that's changing. All right, if we're going to do more cards over on Vimeo, but otherwise, I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Thank you.